Parents are going to contact you. It used to be about painting model kits, then it became about grass and ass.
Grass and ass.
Where did Johnny learn grass and ass?
Grass and ass.
This show was about painting tiny robots. I put my faith in you.
Gunpla is a gateway drug, man. It's a gateway drug.
Oh, it fucking is. 1 minute you're painting Sharazaku, the next minute you're doing a bump of coke off of a titty cancer.
Oh man, we're live. We're live. Okay, so guys, welcome to GTS. What is this? Episode number 16, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is the most special of all special videos because everybody who knows me and has been watching us since the beginning knows that my boy, Itsagundam, or better known as Lil Busy, as he would say right now. He's on. He's on with us.
Rap career.
He's on. There he is. You guys heard him. There he is. Guys, so quick note. Justin Studio G won't be with us today, like I mentioned on the Discord. He is busy with some things that he has to take care of since he's moving over to his country. So he won't be here with us today, but we do have Chris. We have me, and we have a little busy over here. And another thing, just viewer discretion, right? We're not going to go for the whole, the whole super PC kind of thing. So we're just gonna kind of chill, have fun, talk about Gunpla with my boy and my personal hero in the Gunpla scene, a little busy. So you want to introduce yourself?
Call me Gundam.
Gundam?
Call me
Yeah.
Gundam.
Just call me Gundam, Lil
I've been
Gundam.
called Gundam for so long, I don't even answer my real name anymore. Like, who's that guy? Oh,
it's
that's
Gundam.
my real name.
It's a Gundam. Your little thing. Yeah, man. So it's great to have you here. Thanks for showing up.
It's good to be here. I mean, you've only pursued me for months.
Yeah,
I could relate.
I have.
That's how I pursue women. I'm like, don't worry, my dear. I'll grow on you like a fungus.
Holy shit. I have. So for the viewers, I've been trying to get him on the show ever since the show began. It used to be comments, and then it was like, well, it's Patreon now. It's time to message this guy, and well, here I am. Here we are. So Chris is here with us. What's up, Chris?
Yo, what's up?
What have you been doing this week, man?
I'm actually painting the PG Strike, just like our boy here.
Nice. How do you like that kit so far, Gundam?
It's a fantastic kit if you're just painting it to enjoy yourself. But then the second you step over the boundary of just painting it and thinking, I'm going to make this the most detailed kit on YouTube, then you'll piss away an entire month of your life or more and still be beaten by a taco builder.
Oh, speaking of a taco builder, we he's gonna be on the show soon.
Well, there's only so many Gunpla YouTubers that speak English. You guys are running out of people.
We really are, man. We've tried to get other people, but they either speak Korean, and so they kindly decline whenever I message them.
We're hoping to come back multiple times. That's what we're planning.
Yeah, we're just.
That's usually what happens with most podcasts and shit I show up on. They're just like, "Hey, people loved you. Can you be here tomorrow?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
It was a one-time deal. No, this is really cool. This is really cool to have you. So you are literally. Oh man, I'm trying to calm down because I'm literally meeting like. Okay. Anyway.
He wants to touch you.
Oh
no, I don't. He's really. It's really cool, guys. Everybody who knows me knows that I've been wanting to meet this guy, and I've been following his work, and it's awesome to have him here. But for all of you out there, if you guys haven't checked it out, join our Discord. The link will be in the description after this is uploaded and after the live stream is over, where you can meet a lot of people and talk about Gundam and Gunpla and everything you want. Memes, there's so many things now. It's just alive, right? It's just there. And all of our guests are there too. It is. So we're gonna hit you. We're gonna hit you with these generic questions, Gundam. You ready for this?
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
go ahead.
All right, here we go, man.
So, sir, go ahead.
No, go, Chris, go, because I gotta calm down.
Fire away.
So, sir, how did you get started, and when did you start?
Man, that's a long ass story. Truth be told, I originally got into Gunpla way back in the day when Toonami had Gundam Wing, and Papa Roach was on the radio, and Death Sight was the edgiest fucking thing you could find in the 4-hour time block, my dude.
Oh yeah.
Then after I got older, I started chasing chicks. Sold all my Gunpla except for one.
Ooh.
Let's fast forward 1,000 years.
Which one was
Lost
it?
my.
Which one did you get to sell?
I sold. Oh, I still had my perfect grade Wing Zero. I got that shit back when it first launched. It was like $400. You had to order Gunpla through magazines, dude. We're going way back in time, guys. This is
man.
before you could watch porn freely underage.
Shit.
I'm talking about you had to get your sketchy, you had to get your sketchy friend's uncle to go to the porn store for you to get you some porn. Those were the days. Man, you kids are missing out. It was like Final Fantasy, but that has nothing to do with Gunpla.
No.
So fast forward after I lose my recording deal and I have a falling out with Dave Grohl and Flea. I build a YouTube channel, talk shit for a living. And then people are like, hey, since your name is Gundam, do you love Gundam? I'm like, fuck yeah. Why else would I call myself a giant mech? Because I want to smash pussy? Go up to chicks going, hey, guess what my nickname is? Gundam. And then the girl's like, your nickname should be get the fuck out of my face before I hit you with a rape charge.
Oh my God.
So anyway, basically when my subscribers got me back into Gundam, I started painting shit because, people are sending me gifts. And I'm like, listen, if you're going to send me a kit, dude, I'm not just going to fucking build this thing. I'm going to build it and paint it and make you feel proud to send me some plastic. And before I knew it, I was doing this shit all the time since mice ate my motorcycle and I can't get my thrills racing bikes anymore. Oh, man, it's a tragic life.
So that's how you got started.
Yeah, I live in Atlanta. You can't race bikes here. You'll die.
Racetracks, bro. Fuck the street.
Oh, I thought you were a gangster. No,
man, street racing is the gayest shit ever.
Oh,
damn. Guys like, I don't care. You can get mad at me if you want. Guys are like, how fast have you got that on the highway? I'm like, bro, topping out your motorcycle on a highway going in a straight line, you could get an 80-year-old woman to twist her fucking wrist. The real trick is to break it down from 120 miles per hour, trail brake that bitch into a 90-degree turn, hit the entry, apex, and exit so sexily that you drag your elbow on the ground while you're giving the peace sign to the dude who charges you $40 for a picture of you fucking doing it. It's a whole economy of dickery, but that has nothing to do with Gunpla.
No. That's going to be a recurring theme there in this episode. That's not about Gunpla.
It's your show, bro.
It's your show, yeah, dude. Don't worry about it. So that's how you began. My question to you, seeing as everybody knows it's no secret, I look to you for inspiration. Who do you look to for inspiration when it comes to Gunpla?
There was a guy in my town. They called him the Willy Wonka of drugs because he took candy and he mixed it with LSD and mescaline. Once again, this has nothing to do with Gunpla. But this man touched so many people in my shitty town with his ability to make chocolate. We all respected him. Then he committed suicide. It was very tragic.
Oh, damn.
Point being, I forgot my point. But
your inspiration.
Oh, my inspiration. Oh, thank you so much. It was a bad idea to get high. Why didn't any of you stop me?
Hey, man.
Nobody once said, this is probably a bad idea.
It wasn't a bad idea, dude.
It's your show.
It's your show, yeah, dude.
Let's see. The first guy to inspire me for real was probably Henry, aka Vegeta82988 or something. Does anybody remember that dude?
I have heard of him.
He was a fucking legend back in the day. Like 2013, he was like the first guy painting Gunpla on YouTube. It's a fucking shame Henry never got the respect he deserved as a Gunpla builder. Now the motherfucker's doing watercolors.
Oh,
Nobody wants watercolors.
Blacker.
I'm like, Henry uploaded a new video. Let's go.
Damn.
Fuck. He's watercoloring Zaku's. I feel like I'm dealing with Prince right now.
So you don't like anime style?
I'm not going to say anything mean. God bless him. Watercolor all day, brother. Who else is a badass? Genetic, the Korean dude who used to be like a car painter, and now he does Gunpla on YouTube. He's a fucking animal. Damn. The dude paints chrome like nobody's business. He does it. He's like, here's how I do it. You could watch that shit 100 times backwards and forwards looking for secret messages and still fuck it up. I was in a chat room with Crow-sama, and we're talking about this. I'm like, you pick it up? He's like, nah, I ain't pick it up, dude. He's hiding some fucking steps.
Wow.
Who else? Oh, Ravi Pla. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a
Oh,
beast.
yes, he is, dude.
That guy is an absolute monster. Those Koreans come in and fuck shit up.
They do, man. I mean, you
They
got
do.
Chris over here. Chris is Korean.
Half American, half Korean. I'm the Korean Viking.
I'd be using that shit to pick up chicks, but you're already like married or something.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, did you know I'm Korean, girl? I was in BTST. They kicked me out because like I tripped and fell and fucked up my face.
I got
You know,
some dance
something-
moves, bro. I can dance a little bit.
Ooh,
Break it
yeah,
out,
he
man.
does. No, he break dances. He's actually a break dancer.
He's got more moves than Metamucil.
That's why I'm really, that's why I'm good at scribing. I got a good strong grip.
No, that's because of something else, Chris. That's something from a job.
It's a fucking skill.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, Robbie Pla's a beast, man. Did you watch his latest video, which was like 2 weeks ago? His scribing for the Sasabi.
Yeah, I've like watched all of his stuff and still can't do it right.
No, I can't. Yeah, he's crazy. He's really talented. His scribing, what's it called? His tutorial is the best one out there for people who want to learn how to scribe.
No
Even
doubt about it.
Even if you have to read the subtitles the whole time and just watching him work is like, what the hell are you doing? But anyway, going on to the next question. What has been your favorite kit to build up until now before customization? So before you even paint it or do anything to it, which one has been your favorite to build?
That's a tough one because I'm biased with New Gundam all the time. Even though the Vercon New Gundam is kind of shit because it can't stand up for long periods of time. If you put the heavy weapon systems on it, oh my God, it's just the glorified grenade. But I still love this kit for some reason.
Okay. All right. And what has been your favorite kit to customize? Like, which one has been your favorite one to paint?
Yeah, that's another tough one because I love painting them all, to be honest. Each kit, even though I stick to very primarily original colors because I'm one of those guys who wants to own what he sees on the box of the anime. Then after I do the first kit like that in the original paint scheme, then I branch out into wilder shit. But I can't really put my finger on one I like the most. Maybe I'll go with something Xeon related, like a Zaku or Kshatriya, because I love that shade of green. I got to test it out on the Dynamez. So I'll go with that.
Okay. All right. Very nice. And what is the most difficult part of building and customizing a kit for you? What's the most difficult part?
Not fucking up.
That is true. That's the hardest thing. Like, don't fuck.
Or losing a part. Then your dog eats it. Then you got to wait till your dog takes his shit because you don't have any like silicone rubber left to make a copy.
Yeah.
It's a hard life.
Have you actually had to dig through Fluffy's poop?
It was Chuchi that was the egregious monster stealing parts. I'd have to wait till she shitted out Char's thrusters. I was like, you little monster.
Here they
You
were.
can't do this to the Red Comet.
No.
So did you have to polish it extra a little bit afterward?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man.
Okay.
Got a little toothbrush out, magnifying glass. Then I told chicks about it, thinking it would turn them on.
And it
Guess
didn't work.
what I'm doing? I'm cleaning corn out of poopy, baby.
Nice.
How did you get my number?
How did you get their number though?
That's for you, me, and the DA to find out. And
Very
damn
nice,
district
man.
attorney's always on my ass.
Always. So a lot of the, people here are commenting about how they like the way you tell stories. They're very colorful. People have asked me to ask you certain questions that are not regarding Gunpla. Everybody's keep talking about the Pokemon thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fresh, man. It's so fresh.
Technically, it's a month old.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's been a month. It's just like she just keeps being pokey.
Well, I mean, you really can't. She's one of the big ones, right?
Well, she suffers from hot chick-itis. It's a terrible disease.
It
Hot
is.
chick-itis, when left unchecked, can lead to a woman developing the Marie Antoinette syndrome, where the world is here to basically please her, And
Yeah.
the rest of us are fucking plebeians or
Yep.
whatever. I was gonna say Pueblo Indians, but plebeians. My fault.
Hey, it's true. If I could be a hot chick.
Oh yeah, no fucking doubt. Oh my god.
I would just have my boobs out the whole time.
If I was a hot chick, I'd be rich. Put my fucking personality in a hot chick's body, she'd be running the fucking country.
True.
I'm running for president. Free healthcare and titty pictures. My OnlyFans is open to all. They'd be like, oh, where do I fucking sign up? Where's the voting ballot?
Man, that OnlyFans stuff, huh? It's just it's blowing up, dude. I've been thinking about starting one. I don't know. I ain't a hot chick.
I would give up if I were you. The only person you could Belle Delphine comes back. This isn't even about Gunpla.
Mm-hmm.
This chick comes back out of nowhere because the bitch threw herself out a window and off a roof. I'm dead ass serious, right?
Yeah.
She breaks her arm and leg. I'm not supposed to be laughing, but you know she's up to stupid shit.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why she took a break.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Then the second her arms and legs are working again, she's shaking her ass on YouTube. Didn't skip a beat.
Hey, you got to respect the hustle, right? Respect the hustle.
Does an OnlyFans and puts up the same shit motherfuckers already seen and they're already paying for it.
Yep.
Dude, it's so bad. I have people contacting me from the Philippines. They're like my friends. They spend $35 a month on Belle Delphine's OnlyFans. Gundam, you don't understand. I'm like, it's just $35, dude. He's like, you don't understand. $35 can feed a family of 5 for a week, Gundam. It's big money here. I'm like, motherfuckers are starving to see Belle Delphine's ass. I'm sorry, honey. The kids can't eat this week. Belle's got some new posts.
Wasn't she the one who came out with the drinking water?
Yes.
The bath water? They got some to drink now?
I tried to get some of it. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, I need to understand there's a reason why.
Yeah, please.
I had a connection to a forensic scientist. We were going to test that shit, and I was going to expose this bitch. I'm like, Belle, that was soapy water from dish soap. It wasn't your bath water. You're under arrest.
I'm looking for that DNA.
I better see some ass flakes in this response, dude.
Oh, my God.
At least I wasn't like this other guy I knew. He bought Belle Delphine's bath water, and he put it in his fucking bong.
Oh, my God.
How much was it?
It was $9. It was a fucking bargain.
It was a bargain, man. That was a deal.
Yeah, on eBay it was going for $500.
Yeah, $9. I'd buy that for $9.
You buy it for $9.
I would.
Take a few drops, flip it on fucking eBay. Oh, God.
You know, people will buy that. People will buy that shit.
Dude, people bought it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Fucking thirsty ass dudes fucking up the economy.
Gotta make that money.
Man, if the American economy dies, the only people gonna have money are fucking thoughts, for real. If you fucking people starving in the streets, you're gonna see Belle Delphine in a fur fucking coat.
I just don't understand the whole mentality behind, giving money to.
That's because you could get women. That's why you don't understand.
I guess. I mean, it's true. I mean, I just,
You're not addicted to heroin, so you don't understand why people do heroin.
Yep. I guess you're right. That's it. Honestly, all kidding aside, that's a very smart way of putting it. But anyway, that's not about Gunpla, right? So
it's not apparently.
So we have on slide number 4, we have the RX-78-2.
All right. Is it moving? It's not moving on mine. Fuck it. I'll just click this.
Yeah, you have to click it. We'll tell you the number.
I have to click it myself.
Yes,
I'm sitting here I'm like, he's clicking it all the way over there.
If you were a thought, I'll make sure that it would click for you, but you're not, man. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I know, man.
We're putting you to work a little bit, bro.
That's a man's life.
Yep.
You wake up, you work, you die, and you pay for your own fucking funeral.
So with this RX-78-2, what can you tell us? What was your, how did you go about painting? Like, how did you start the battle with it?
I'll tell you, it was the most basic ass paint job ever. This is the first kit I ever did too. So at the time, I was stoked with it. It was just basic pre-shading. That's pretty much it. That's the only trick I had in my arsenal.
How'd you learn how to pre-shade?
Oh, I watched Henry's video way back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has like video tutorials if you check him out. He also has a resin tutorial.
Oh,
He
okay.
does some explaining of airbrushes and whatnot.
Mhm.
Like, it was a really informative channel. It's a damn shame he never got the credit he deserved. But
A lot
I
of people
just
don't.
basically just did the usual, just trying to get my bearings on this guy.
Mhm.
I bought all the standard colors because I figured, you know what sucks? Mr. Hobby's Gundam color line. What the fuck is this? They sit there like it's the Gundam color line. You obviously think this will be set to all the Gundam colors. Wrong.
Yeah,
You
that-
buy these motherfuckers, they're a couple shades off. I'm like, what is
really?
this? So before
Huh.
you know it, you're still mixing your own damn colors. I still buy them though, so Mr. Hobby's got me by the balls. I'm too stupid to break away like a dude in a bad relationship with a woman.
no guide notes at all?
No guide notes at all. Honestly, just the usual. Nothing special here, to be honest.
I mean, it's pretty special.
This is my
man.
first kit. I still have it because it has sentimental value, and I keep it. I keep most of the kits I paint. Well, not all of them. I think I painted like 18 kits, and I gave away 6 or 7.
Oh, you just
Wow.
gave
I
it
might
away?
be the only. Yeah, just gave them away. I might be the only Gunpla YouTuber that painted a kit fully and just gave the fuckers away.
Like, you don't sell
Merry
them, you just
Christmas.
give them away.
Yeah, I just give them away. Fuck it.
Mm. Nice, dude.
You know,
That's
like
very cool.
everybody else is like, follow me on all these social media platforms and I'll give you an unpainted, unbuilt kit, you fucking scrub. And everybody's like, God bless you, sir.
Mm.
Well, some of these kids go pretty. I mean, I don't know. The fact that you paint them and then you give them away, like you say this is pretty basic, and to me, I'm like, holy shit! If only I can recreate this kind of shading, right? Because it's
I don't
very
care what you
subtle.
say. That shit's really good. My first kit is like melting, bro. Like, it's just like melting and chicks. I use fucking spray paint and fuck. Oh,
Mhm. Yeah.
I think I always suffered from this problem in my life, and it's called, everybody's heard of it, go big or go home. Hopefully you go big so you don't have to go home.
yeah, you're married.
Mhm.
So I immediately bought an air compressor. My first one is complete garbage. You know those little air compressors without a tank?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it stays vibrating all over your fucking table. I got the cheapest Master Hobby airbrushes. Do not fuck with these. These things suck, people. I would use them to beat my worst enemy to death with.
Yes.
They're probably break
Uh,
on you.
No, those things are pretty tough. They just suck at airbrushing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
So this
bought
is-
all the colors I felt I needed, and I went at it with pre-shading, and I also did post-shading, I believe it's called, because I felt pre-shading in and of itself it's a tool that's good for beginners, but it's very limiting. There's only so much you can do with it. And frankly, I feel Gunpla as a whole, if you limit yourself to one painting style, it's like going into a fight only having a jab.
Ah.
Yeah, you need that.
Like,
You just come with these
Exactly.
fucking analogies like they're nothing. You just pull them out of your ass, dude. That's a really good analogy right there.
that's how I live my life, pulling shit out of my ass. And the police pull you over, and then they pull out the SWAT car. You got them pointing not AKs, like some sort of machine gun at me. And they're like, were you at the scene of this crime? I'm like, fuck no, dude. I was playing Dragon Ball Z with my friends. I could show you the Kamehameha. And then they threw me on the car, but that has nothing to do with Gunpla. Back to the point. Try and learn as much as you can about painting. Seriously. That's
Okay.
my tip for anyone who's paying attention to this. Like, don't limit yourself, because then you won't be able to fully bring your ideas to life. And the more you learn, you can develop your own techniques. I've been working on my own painting style for the past, it's almost 2 years now, come August, actually.
Mhm.
And it's based on a lot of things that I learned from multiple areas of airbrushing. I was
Yeah.
interested in, the best place to learn is like dudes who do army painting and jets and shit, because they can make things look ultra realistic. And their paint styles are very, very complicated, but rewarding. And I feel Gunpla needs that.
It does. It does. I mean, we've talked about this before with some of the GBWC contenders, right? How in the eastern side, so Chinese.
Oh, yeah.
They have all these methods, right, that keeps them up there. But us over here in the western side of the world are we limit ourselves to realism, and we don't push ourselves to make something different. You know, what I mean?
Completely wild, yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is one of the things you talked about on your videos is how you feel like one of the things lacking on this side of the world is tools, right?
Oh yeah.
Totally agree.
Because I mean, even trying to get BMC chisels, it's terrible. I mean, they're overpriced. They work like butter. You do panel line, right? You do scribe.
Yeah, I do. It's very like most of the time I touch up stuff on the Zaku. I think I put some new stuff on his legs, the FZ. I put some new stuff on the Alex Gundam, but I haven't really done it too much as of late because I'm always on time constraints. That's my biggest problem. It's like I've got a million other things to do, and then I have to sometimes find, free time to paint Gunpla at the side. If my Gunpla channel was my main channel, then oh yeah, I would do a whole lot more stuff. But right now, I'm kind of like trying to maximize what little time I have to myself, honestly.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I get it. I mean,
But I agree with you. BMC chisels are overpriced. Thank God for New Type HQ, honestly.
All right. Yeah.
They were the first ones to bring tools. A lot of tools that you couldn't get otherwise, unless like you ordered through eBay or Chinese sites and you had to wait a month and shit. That's what I liked about New Type.
They show up.
Yeah, seriously. That's what I liked about New Type. They're the first ones to sponsor me, and they also offered tools. And on top of that, my contact there, I would buy, tools from Asia, and I'd use them, and he'd go, "What do you think of these?" And he would take my input, and then sometimes they would pick up the shit that I said was worth picking up, which meant a lot to me. It's like they actually care to elevate Gunpla in America, even though I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon. Probably after the Gundam movie, most likely.
Yeah,
People
hopefully,
will
right?
wake up to it. But then it could be like Gundam Wing, where everybody buys into it for like a hot minute, and then they forget again.
Well, that's the world we live in now, right? You buy into it real quick and it's gone.
I find America is weird in that sense. Like a lot of things that are popular everywhere else in the world isn't popular here. Like MotoGP, for instance. Not that popular here. But the rest of the world, oh yeah. FIFA, rest of the world, everybody's screaming, Messi! Messi! Over here, you're like, what the fuck's a Messi? Is it on the table?
Yeah, like even like on cell phones, right? Like WhatsApp, the WhatsApp app is literally super famous all over the world. But in the United States, you have Apple with iMessage, which is the leading one in the US, right? So America is very different when it comes to that. But I also feel something going for Gundam and Gunpla in general is the fact that the old stigma that only certain kind of people sit down and watch anime and do these kind of things is kind of leaving, right? You have more and more people watching anime, which is a really cool thing, right?
It's picking up. But the sad thing is when it becomes, it's a double-edged sword. It's like on one end, you're like, hey, this is cool. People are catching on. They like what I like. On the other hand, you have people on Twitter screaming, it needs to be changed because it's problematic. Then before you know it, you have your English dubs changing the fucking dialogue to stories because it might offend people.
Yeah, I get it. I do understand that part because I honestly didn't used to watch a lot of anime up until now, but even Gunpla has just really opened up my world when it comes to everything. Meeting new people and such. But now I'm just getting all what's it called? Nice. I'm talking all nice and whatever. Let's go back. Let's go back to your build. Let's go back to your build. So we have the unicorn, and I've heard you say that this unicorn is literally a statue for you, right? So
yeah.
So this seems like a complicated kit to paint. This is the PG, right?
Yeah. It is a lovely kit to look at, I'll tell you that. But my God, without the stand, it is fucked. It sucks. I mean, it's great to look at. It's kind of cool to build, but the inner frame is so lacking. The real focus is on the lighting, honestly. That's all.
Yeah.
It's a lot of parts, a lot of painting. I don't know how long I spent on this motherfucker. I was trying to do something different than everybody else did for a change because, people usually hit me up like, what are you going to paint something different? Well, there you go. It's slightly different. There's grays in there. There's a tonal, I want it to still flow. I want it to still look like the unicorn, yet slightly different.
Yeah.
I do love the look of this kit. It just sucks to fiddle with. This is not the kit to try and pose.
Okay. Because Uh, One of the things that I mentioned on our episode of talking about the heroes, like our heroes in Gunpla, was how what I like more about you is the fact that you have different shades. So, how many shades would you say you used on this painting kit alone?
Jesus Christ. I should have wrote this down thinking one day someone will want to know this.
Yep.
Here I am, man.
Oh, man. How many shades is on this bastard? I sent you a video of I think you saw like one of my painting techniques. So you might have the gist of it.
Yeah,
With
I saw it.
This guy, I did something different with the unicorn. I went from a black backing, which a black backing, sometimes, this is something big in the model kit area for like jets and tanks and whatnot. It's also a style Max Watanabe adopted when he was, I think that's how you say his last name, when he was pursuing his ultimate painting style. And I used it here. Now, when you go from a black to a white, it's a lot of paint to get that right tone. But I will say that it gives interesting shading effects with each different color. On top of that, I went from black to, I believe, gray, then to an off gray, then to an off white. And at that point, I was kind of like starting to become delirious from the multiple shades of paint.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances, I would then go into an extra shade of white. Now, the thought process behind the multiple shades of paint is the same for miniature painting when it comes to like Warhammer or something. When you see the people who are heralded as some of the greatest miniature painters, everything is about multiple shades and color gradients and transitional coats to really bring something to life. And since these are plastic, model kits, and let's face it, without paint, they look like toys.
They do.
Like lame toys.
Yep.
The key is to try and get the right sort of color shifting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you go too far, it'll look ridiculous. If you don't go far enough, then it's too obvious. It's a weird balancing act, honestly. You'll probably see go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that's and honestly, I'm gonna keep saying it throughout the show. In all seriousness, like it'll sound like I'm fanboying, which I am. That's what I love about your work, dude. Because to me, in my eyes, when I look at your work, whenever I watch your videos and I go through your Instagram, and honestly, I go through your Instagram quite a lot. So I try to pick up some kind of inspiration from it. Is that balancing act that you do so well, and it's so I want to say perfected, but I know you're gonna say it's not. That you're still working on it. But to everybody else, including Chris, like he said it earlier, it's a beautiful work of art, dude. You really do a justice to these pieces, these plastic models that look like toys. You make them look real. You give them your own, because this is your own kind of style. So I don't know if when you watched because I know you did watch the Gunpla Heroes. I also, oh no, actually you didn't watch the Saintism one, but I don't know if you know who Saintism is.
Oh, of course I know Saintism. You can't start painting without knowing who the other guys are.
Thank you so much. So Saintism is my other hero, right? So you two, to me, are like the best out there.
He's in the chat.
You guys share. He's in the chat right now?
Yeah, he was earlier. He said hi.
Ooh, Saint. Yeah, I love Saint. Yeah, he's awesome. He
I have to say sorry that I missed him.
Yeah, he's one of my heroes, and you guys share these similar styles. My wife and I were talking about this, and she's like, "Hey, have you ever noticed that Itsagundan and Saintism are kind of alike in the way they paint?" He's like, "Maybe that's why you like them." I'm like, "Fuck, you're right." So anyway, I'm sorry, I was fanboying there, just giving you a little bit of a morale boost because you're.
That
awesome,
wasn't the
dude.
first time I heard that. Actually, I remember one dude contacted me, and he wanted to know what colors I used on the Gundam Thunderbolt, which I gave away. And he was like, your paint is a lot like Saintism, except you pick better colors. But I'm not saying you're as good as him. I'm like, how dare you, sir? Come to me looking for favors and then insult me. I told him what colors anyway. Yes, Saintism is a fantastic painter. And he's a great style. I try to avoid my style looking like his, because our paint styles are very similar, but his is more shifted towards darker tones, I feel, when it comes around to certain areas.
Yeah, his is more brighter. He has brighter colors.
I mean, darker tones around to like the, with our shading technique. His is always coming from like black.
Yeah.
And I here's another trick of mine. I may as well tell people, nobody's going to really pay attention except other painters. I prefer blue tones when it comes to whites grays, and stuff like that,
Yeah.
rather than black. I think
Okay.
black is too harsh. Some people do gray. Gray might work a little better. I haven't
Mhm.
tried it though, but it's hard to explain. I want the colors of the Gundam, especially the white, to pop, but in a more natural and cooler color rather than darker colors when it comes to white with the shading
Yeah.
around the joint areas and whatnot.
I mean, you can see it, especially on slide number 23. If you guys over there in the audience, you guys can see a little bit close-up picture that he sent of his style of shading. Man, you're crazy. You're crazy, dude. Honestly, this is fucking beautiful work. Honestly, I mean, and even
I should make you my agent, honest to God.
Dude, he'll take it.
Gundam Planet. I remember I went to Gundam Planet and I was like, hey, my channel's doing well. Looking for sponsors. They were like, that's nice.
that's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
Here's
honestly,
a 10% off discount.
They didn't even give me that.
Damn.
They were like, use the one. You know what I hate about Gundam Planet? It doesn't matter. You know, like if I say this and not being an asshole, you think you buy enough stuff from them, they give you like these points, right? Do you guys buy from Gundam Planet?
I have not.
New type
All
only,
right.
usually.
Yeah, the point system sucks dick. I have like 30,000 points, bro, and you can only use 200 at a time, which is like $2. And after taxes and shipping, the $2 didn't matter.
Hey,
And I
shit.
still got 30,000 more.
That's how they get you, bro. That's how they get you.
Exactly. I was like, I'll teach you. I won't come back.
No, I normally try to buy locally here.
That's me beating the table, dog.
Fluffy.
That's the
Was that
problem.
Fluffy? Is that Fluffy?
Fluffy is my trained guard dog, 20 pounds of vicious murder. It was me, dog.
She doesn't care.
She thinks she's going to like do something. If someone broke in the house, the dog would probably run and hide while I was screaming for help. Continue the show without me. I'll be right back to see. I'm going to send you out, dog.
Dude,
Oh man.
So the show's been going on 35 minutes or something like that, and my stomach hurts from laughing so much.
Oh yeah, dude. Gundam is awesome. Hey, Gundam, real quick. On slide number 24, we have your backdrop. Man, dude, your backdrop. I've seen so everybody, even on Reddit, people try to recreate this, and somebody in the comment always says, "Oh, that's like it's a Gundam's stuff." So
fuck, it's hot.
it's awesome, dude. It's awesome.
Coast,
So
dude.
wait, it's hot over there right now?
Dude, I like.
90 degrees.
Yeah, it's like that shitty hot. It's that hot where it's like moist air. Feels like you're trying to suck on someone's armpit juice or something. I don't know.
It goes down the crack of your ass and shit. Like, you just like,
It's the absolute worst.
Oh man. Anyway, your Barbatos. What do you think of this kit, man? Because this is one of our favorite kits here on the show.
Yeah, we love
I think it's one of everybody's favorite kit.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time for Bandai takes this and upscales it to like a perfect grade, man. The seeds are there.
They're waiting. What do you think of the expansion pack? I saw your video.
Yeah, I saw your video.
Saw your
That's
video.
good.
Dude, I like thought because it was late at night. It was like 2-3 in the morning. I'm out of it, honestly. And then I see pictures on Twitter and I thought it was a leak, dude. So I thought I was Walter Cronkite. I immediately ran to make a video about this shit. I was like, oh, they leaked it. I'm gonna beat everybody to the scoop. Take that, awesome toys.
That dude is fast.
Yeah, that guy's fast, dude. Shit.
They're fast as fuck.
Really? I pre-ordered mine too. I think it's for October delivery, right?
Yeah, way off. You know, we
Yeah.
could have another riot or something by then. Bluefin could be burned down. They might as well send it now while we're all here.
It's there. I've seen the pictures. It's there. It exists. Give it to me.
I agree.
I actually one of my P Bandai kits that I pre-ordered for this year arrives today, like literally in a few hours. The Jagan, the Type D
Oh, the Jagan.
pre-deployment. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as the show's over, he's out. He's
The red one.
shit.
Yeah. As soon as the show's over, I'm out, dude.
Man, I envy both of you guys because you can fucking build when you want. Oh man, it must be great to
Why
just be
can't
able
you?
to. Dude, what do you think?
He has
I gotta work on the. I gotta do the main channel. I got this dog that smokes crack. Fluffy, what are you barking at?
You need to microdose him, sir. You need to microdose him.
I wish like they had like Ritalin for dogs. She only acts up when I'm on the radio or something. Oh wait, I forgot. We're not on radio.
No.
She only acts up when I'm like on the mic. I could be laying on the floor like, Fluffy, I need a reason to live, and the dog won't say a fucking thing.
Just fucking stare at you.
So I was like, you gonna get up? I want some chow.
She thinks you're talking to her. That's why.
She's
No
like, all
problem.
right, I'll give you another 30 minutes of this pity party, and then you got to get your ass in there and make a video.
Yep.
Oh, damn. All right. So one of my questions for you, because I was originally going to start painting the Barbatos. I started scribing him, and I stopped because I have another project that I want to do with my Jesta. But my question to you is, especially from slide 27 slide 27 and 28, we can see all the little details that you painted. Are these hand painted or are these airbrushed, like all the reds, or how do you go about this?
All right, the head is definitely hand painted. Everything else I actually masked and airbrushed. Oh wait, and those two red wires at the upper bicep were hand painted.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually if I can airbrush it, I'll airbrush it because I prefer the look of the airbrush over hand painting. I'm trying to learn how to use Citadel paints competently, but the thing is, if you're not that good with them, you can really fuck up your kit with them. But at least they're water based; you can rub them off. Unless, like you're like me, you got no time. You're just like, oh, fuck it, it looks good.
Is that happy?
Yeah. And then when I take the 4K photos, I'm like, this looks like absolute shit.
I hate that when you zoom in on the kit, you're like, oh fuck. I didn't
Yeah.
do as good as I thought.
It's kind of like the so I know you're a musician. I play the guitar too, and I play saxophone or whatever.
Oh,
And-
the world needs more saxophone players. David Bowie's dead.
I played saxophone in 7th grade.
That's something. So I know you're a musician. So as you know, whenever I played on stage or whenever I did jazz band or anything, my instructor would say, if you mess up, you're the only one who knows. Nobody else knows. Just play it out, right? So it's kind of the same mentality, right? You say, hey, I look at this picture. I know that I did this and it looks like shit. But nobody else knows, dude.
Most
Nobody
people
else
don't know, but I'm always in a competition with myself.
Yes,
And when I
Fucking Goku
started,
over here, man.
when I started doing Gunpla, I also I did want to inspire people, in all honesty. I wanted
Oh.
to make people in America give a shit again.
Mhm.
Because they kind of don't care about Gunpla. Most of the Gunpla reviewers, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but they
Americans
treat
don't
them
give a
like
shit
toy.
Americans
Yeah.
don't give a shit about anything. That's our problem.
All right, you got me there. But everybody was feeling those Trump bucks, dude.
Oh yeah.
But for real, like a lot of the Gunpla reviewers treated them like toys
Mhm.
and didn't bother painting them. And usually people rushed out a model kit build just to get the views.
Yeah.
I really wanted to bring painting back. And I also wanted to bring some art to it. That's why I did a lot of the camera stuff I do. And I feel like it's catching on, honest to God. Like
You-
before
You do a great
I
job,
showed
bro.
up,
You do a great job for real.
nobody was doing it before I showed up, which I thought was tragic. Because like you'd watch Jake Paul be an asshole and he has people with gimbals on him. I'm like, is the Gundam not worthy of a gimbal shot?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're nice, dude.
Yeah, I got to get better at it, honestly.
That's
The
practice.
biggest problem is sometimes you zone out doing it because you got to set up the motors and all this other crap.
Mhm.
And then you got a dog that smokes crack and is eating my shoe.
Mhm.
So I pay attention to her. Before I know it, my camera slider takes a dive and breaks. And then I got to repair it. I actually broke my slider when I was doing the Fiz video
Yeah,
review.
Oh,
I think you
no.
mentioned
that
it, right?
sucked. It sucks so bad.
Yeah.
And it's heavy. And I want to do better shots, like overhead shots and all this other stuff, but it requires so many tripods and lighting. And when you got a small room to work with, it's a real nightmare, honestly.
Yeah. So you want to kind of go more for a cinematic view? Is that what you're trying? Because
I'm
I know.
trying to make it all more artistic, I guess. But I don't
Okay.
take it as far as Endmaker does.
Oh my God.
Endmaker, that dude, he thinks he's like Hideo Kojima and Martin Scorsese, you know? I remember I showed a friend of mine his stuff. I'm like, check out Endmaker. And he looks at me and he goes, dude, he's building fucking Digimon. He's not a freedom fighter. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, he's right. Now I feel like a fucking chode for sharing this. Forgive me, I'm but a mere weeb, sir.
But he makes it art, right? I've had the I've been fortunate enough to be able to talk to him. He makes it very artistic, right? With his piano music. Is that kind of like
artistic?
It's very that's not what you're going for. I mean,
I want it to look good, but I don't want it to seem like I'm pretentious, you know?
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah, because I was about to say your style of doing Gundam and Gunpla in general, because you don't do really a review. You kind of just showcase your work and give an honest opinion. That's your style, man. And that's the reason I watch you and I subscribe to you and I'm ready for whenever you put up a Gunpla video. It's because it's you, right? And whenever I see somebody else maybe try to do that, to be honest, when I first started this, I started a YouTube channel like everybody does. And I did a narration on my last video that I ever worked on there, because I was like, I want to do kind of like what Daddy Gundam does, right? Just kind of chill, talk about whatever I did, and that's about it, And plus, you have the voice for it, dude. You have a really nice voice. So
I have a voice for radio and a face for print.
Got that sexy voice.
Yeah, I had a woman today telling me I could read her bedtime stories. I was about to go to Barnes & Noble, so I realized I had to be here.
Hey, you can still make it.
It's too late. They're closed.
Oh, man.
All right, well, I'm going over to your Jesta, because the Jesta is one of my favorite kits, and I know Chris has it. My boy, he was able to get one, and he's going to love it when he builds it. This is your camo, right? You were trying out the camo paint, the camo tape, whatever it is, the masking tape?
Yeah, this is the second time I did. The first time I did it for a charity, which was my GM Sniper with New Type HQ. And then a lot of people were like, how do you do that? I'm like, does anybody look at New Type HQ? It's pretty simple. So I said, fuck it, I'll make a tutorial video. And I showed the beginning of my paint style. So most people who paid attention probably picked up on that. If you follow that, you'll understand what I'm doing with almost everything. And, I just made this thing. That was that. And then I gave it away.
Man, I would have loved that. So you're the reason why I even paint camo, because I saw this video, the Just a video.
Oh, thanks, I guess. I'm surprised it inspire anybody to do it. I mean, camo's cool as fuck. And a camo Jesta?
So I did Barbatos camo, and Gundam Instagram posted it, and I got 7,000 likes. And that's because I saw your camo video, so that's because of you. So
whatever works, man.
So apparently, according to the chat and to your viewers who are kindly watching us, they say I'm coming on to you by saying you have a nice voice. Next thing he says is, I noticed you are single.
Yeah, just take your pants off, bro.
They're already off.
Yeah.
Hey, I can do the voice.
Studio G does the show half naked.
Oh, he does.
he's in a man thong half the time.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm not even joking either.
I know you're not.
We've seen it.
Studio G's Asian. You tell me that. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like something an Asian dude would do.
Yep.
I played in a Japanese band.
We were interviewing Chado Mecha, and he walks in on the camera, and you just see all man thong, and Chado Mecha looks up like, did I just see that? And then like the most awkward silence ever.
Poor Chado Mecha. He doesn't win the Gundam World Builders Cup, and then he sees Studio G in a thong. You guys are shameless.
Hey, we didn't plan that shit, bro.
Exclusive, bro. Exclusive.
You're so fucking like a band. Like not going on this show again.
Oh man. So one of my favorite posts that you've ever done is on slide number 39. Did you ever watch anyone to kind of figure out posting or what you wanted to kind of like show?
No, really actually.
Just kind of like just out of your ass then, like you said earlier?
A lot of the things I did, outside of the first thing I learned with airbrushing from Henry, I kind of like followed the beat of my own drum. Like I would look at, a lot of the things I do in life could be related to what Bruce Lee says. One of his best quotes I remember was, use only what works, disregard everything else.
Yes, sir.
So it's pretty much it. I just like, it would look cool if the Jester did this. you know. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's the only thought process I fucking had. Because most people tell me, you don't pose your Gundams enough in the review videos. I'm like, fuck, man. I painted the goddamn thing. You're never getting this out of Mecha Guy Gotsu. It wouldn't matter if the world was ending.
Dude, posing is a skill in itself. I don't care what people say. It's a skill in itself.
True.
Posing.
That's why I'm lazy and rarely pose.
Same.
Like, I get my kits painted up and they go in a glass case. That's it.
I'm scared I'm going to scratch it once I start posing it. Can you try to get that leg hawked up to the side? I'm scared I'm going to scratch something. And
What paint do you use?
Got Notes and Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Color and Alkalid.
Yep, those are all the ones I use as well.
Yeah,
you should be. You should be fine, honest to God, with lacquers. Do you like scuff up the parts first?
Yes. Oh yeah, I do all the sanding and everything.
Yeah, you should be fine. I would think. Like, you'd really have to, really jam those fuckers. Now, I'd be afraid of scratching resin. To be honest, resin's a pain in the ass.
Are you gonna paint Kshatriya anytime soon?
I need to get to that.
That's a kit I want to see you do. I want to see you do the open hatches and all. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
It would definitely be a labor of love. It'd be like one of those things that I'd probably end up having to paint for months on end. So it'll probably have to be in between other things due to the amazing level of detail with it.
Yeah, you probably do like one wing at a time.
One wing, like by the time I finish, I'll be like 10 years older or something.
Yep.
But no, that should look good though.
It will.
I was thinking of doing like something Xeon related, something simpler, since I put so much effort into that damn strike.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I put that much effort into strike. I really don't.
Because all the details there, you just look at it, you're like, fuck, I gotta. There's all the little tubes and corners, and like you're just like, fuck, I gotta,
Got to do something with it. And I also knew nobody else would. You know, I was like, most people are just gonna paint this guy out and bing bang boom, that's it. I was like, I want this to look good.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be sitting in a glass case. So,
would you say that the strike is your favorite PG up to now?
Right now, yes.
What's your favorite?
Without a doubt. Oh, still probably going to be New Gundam despite all of its fucking issues.
I love the New Gundam.
But Sasabi's pretty high up there, especially with the Infinite Dimensions resin kit on it.
Yeah, top 3 easily.
Oh yeah, that is such a sexy kit.
No, your fucking Sasabi literally was the inspiration for my first paint job and the only paint job I've done up to now, which was on my real grade. But you did like so many shades, bro.
Sasabi, that one, I would say, is a testament to my arrogance at the time. I felt almost like Bruce Lee when he created Jeet Kune Do, and then he was done with Jeet Kune Do. That's Sasabi's my Jeet Kune Do.
Nice.
You're talking about the normal Sasabi, right?
My first Sasabi, yeah. It was, I went too far. I would say I hit the area of diminishing returns with that kit. I put so many shades of red, you can't fucking see it. Unless you use something with like HDR.
All right. Yeah, you said that. Unless you do HDR.
It's pointless. I wasted time. When I put it up next to like my resin kit Sasabi, I was like, the resin kit Sasabi has so much less paint work into it, and it looks so much better.
How many shades do you recommend to use then?
Honest to God, if you're gonna follow my path, I use about 4 now.
Okay.
For each color.
Each color.
God damn.
If you want the absolute best color pop, minimum of 4. But it takes so much time. That's the trade-off. Like, this strike has taken me so long because on top of painting the armor to that extent, I'm also doing tiny details on the inside. So you got to have a lot of free time for this sort of garbage.
That one, Chris, real quick, the Sasabi he's talking about starts on slide number 56. So the guys know, so the audience sees what we're watching.
Yeah, there you go.
Inside of my grossly overpriced hangar bay.
Dude,
hey, it's awesome.
Your hangar bay's awesome, bro. You need to give yourself credit.
That's something else that's yours, right?
Yeah, that was
How long did that take?
I remember. Oh my God, I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, it was because of my subscribers on the main channel. They were like, dude, you need to do a Gunpla channel. I'm like, I just like painting. And they're like, you got to do it. Gunpla's real boring for Americans. And I'm like, how boring can it be? And I was like, okay, maybe you're right. And I did thinking, I was like, I could do what everybody else was doing at the time, which was black background, lazy Susan, watch the kids spin around. And then I go, swivel here. I love you, Jobby, even though you won't return my messages. Anyway, I looked at that and I thought, Gunpla needs more. If I'm going to paint these kits to this extent, for people to truly get the grasp of the scale of these kits, it needs a correct to scale area. So I went on eBay. I bought the mechanical chain base. It's expensive as fuck now for you guys. Letting you know.
Yeah,
back when I got it.
I went to go buy it, and it's like it's a lot.
Yeah, thanks, coronavirus.
Yep. 6 weeks, you gotta wait.
That, and they jacked up the shipping cost. It used to be like $120 plus $60 shipping. Still expensive for like 10. So I bought 10, thinking it'd be enough. Then I realized it's cool if I work in a tiny little boxed area. So I bought 10 more. And I also painted it because just a plain plastic background is lame as fuck.
Yep.
And that cost so much money, dude. I used all Alcalad paints on this.
Ooh.
Oh God.
All Alcalad. And I did a lot of shades. And I'll tell you the color combination right now because I remember it because it's burned in my goddamn brain. Burnt jet exhaust into steel. You could also do duranium or duranium, whatever that metal's called. So overall, I think this thing probably cost me $400 to make or more at the time.
The master. Oh, you're talking about the whole
the entire base, probably at that time.
God damn.
I'm guessing because I stopped counting after $300 or so.
He's like, fuck.
So you wouldn't realize. And
you already invested in it, so you got to finish.
Yeah, I looked at it as an investment. Honestly, I was like, I'll pony up now, and later on it'll be worth it. Too long didn't read. It's not. I think my channel generates maybe, if I'm lucky, $60, baby.
Oh,
hell yeah, dude, you got it.
That's your paint for one kit.
Yeah, for real.
And what can you tell us about the model kit on slide 58?
Where are we at here? That's the dog. Oh, Fluffy. I was how
many shades?
She is a lovely shade of multiple whites. We've got Snow White. We've got Ivory here. We've got a pinch of salt gray in the nose. I was taking pictures of what the hell's that thing? Dynamis. And while I was taking pictures of Dynamis, Fluffy's sitting in the chair giving that look. Like she was analyzing what I was doing. So I took a picture of her. It's just like she's got a keen eye for photography. This dog is so gifted.
She's very pretty. Very pretty.
I spent too much time with that damn animal.
Hey, Pat, that's what pets are for, right?
That's true. She sits in the car. Too bad she can't sit on a motorcycle.
You can teach her.
I'm not going to risk it. She's too simple for that.
So, what are your honest opinions on the GM Dominance? That's a kit I have coming in soon. That's another P Bandit that I bought, and it's coming in.
A GM Dominance. Did you get it from like an official Bandai store on the cheap?
I got it. Yeah. I got the GM Dominance Philip Hughes version.
Yeah, that's the best way to get it. Like if you can get it for like the retail price at $60 or $70, cool beans. I think I had to pony up more than that because the prices you pay for these P Bandai kits is around 140. For 50 or $60, great kit. Not so much for 130 in my opinion. It's built on the Master Grade 2.0 Gundam, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, I mean, even you can see it on the feet, especially. So what is that? That's slide number 40, I think. Yeah.
It's a cool kit, honestly. That's the best I could say about it. I don't really have any gripes with it. I like the weapon accessories. I like the color scheme. I did make a mistake with this one. I think I should have gone with a more darker black because I was using this sort of like, what the fuck color is it? It's some guy I know. It's sort of frost black. Looks great. till you hit it with that clear coat, and then the flat coat, it turns to gray.
Oh, really?
That's just like, fuck. I just should have went with glossy black or a flat black. I could kick myself in the balls every time I look at this thing. But I did give him an LED in the eye, so that's cool.
It looks freaking awesome. This is one of your, I mean, all of your works are awesome, but this is one of your best works.
Well, yeah, I can see it now. Looking at that's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks because like I purposely made the chest area like a certain sort of gray. And now it just fades into the thing because of one simple mistake. Oh, by the way, do not fuck with Alcalad clears. They suck. Like Alcalad glossy coat, that one's fine. Matte, satin, flat, semi-gloss, they suck because they don't dry in a timely fashion. Like my strike is still drying. It's tacky. It's unacceptable. I don't know what the hell's up. Like people sit there and they go, don't mess with Alcalad's glossy black. No, fuck that. The glossy black is fantastic. I highly recommend it for chromes. Just stay away from those clears.
Yeah, I use Mr. Hobby's UV. That one's money.
Yes, definitely. But it's like everybody else caught on recently. People even told Zaku Aurelius. I was watching one of his videos.
Oh, yeah.
And like, no, don't tell Zaku. I need those bottles.
I ordered a shit ton, too. I was like, ooh, I found some and I bought them all. Like,
I was so pissed. They're never in stock anymore. I'm like, who's the rat bag that let everyone else know?
Yeah, it sprays on so nice and dries fast, too.
Yes. It's probably the best one. Gaia Notes is second best, I'd say.
Yes.
Gaia Notes is slightly different. I used it on my Dynamis, and I like the way it came out. And I don't know why I haven't used it again recently.
I bought that $15 one, and it worked.
The big one?
Yeah, for the flat clear. Oh, it worked
The
beautiful.
GX.
Yeah, it worked beautiful.
Yeah, I like GX stuff.
I did it on my new Gundam. It came out beautiful.
Show it, man. Don't you have it around?
I can go get it.
Go grab it. Go grab it. You got Papa Gundam here. You can see it. He has it in his case.
That's
so now it's show and tell. Now it's just show and tell.
Now I'm gonna have to go all the way to the YouTube page because I'm looking at this tiny ass screen on Discord.
There you go.
How far back is the YouTube thing going? It does look cool though. Everybody on YouTube is like in the past.
Yeah, everybody's in the past. We're
we're here to tell you that 2020 isn't any better in the future, guys.
little busy. When you gonna do the PGXia? I want to see you do that shit too.
I want to do that kit. There's so many kits I want to do. My problem is fucking time, dude. That's my biggest issue. Like I go in my room where all my kits are, and I just get sad because I want to paint them all. I'd love to do the Exia. I want to customize the Exia, actually.
Ooh.
Give it some bigger feet.
It does have small feet.
Very small feet. Dainty feet. That don't make no sense. But whatever.
So quick question. So you have your new right here, which you said you love. This is the full armor set, right? The heavy arms? Okay.
Heavy weapons.
Yeah, the heavy weapons. What do you think of the RG heavy weapon that's coming out?
It looks like they improved upon it so much over the MG. So much so that they need to make a new MG or, to please me, a perfect grade. Then all will be forgiven.
Like, why?
Perfect grade. That's what we need.
I agree.
Yeah. Perfect grade new. I'm tired of the unicorn, dude.
Oh my god,
the unicorn.
I can't tell you anything I heard about the. I can't say anything, but there's a new series line of master grade coming out that will disappoint people. That's all I'm gonna say.
You heard it here first, guys. On GTS, it's gonna disappoint you.
Technically, they heard it first on Awesome Toys.
That is true. Yeah,
it's on Samuel Decal if you really want the scoop.
All right, I'll go check it out.
You know what sucks about Bandai? They fucking don't do the perfect grade new Gundam, knowing how all of us want perfect grade new Gundam, perfect grade Sasabi, or Sinanju. You know, why the fuck is there a million fucking unicorns and no Sinanju? Even Gundam has Zaku in a PG. Come on.
Yep.
Then Bandai spin kicks me in the fucking face. He goes, "You want new Gundam, asshole? Metal structure. That's it.
Oh my God. Yes, the metal structure. Didn't you get that?
You're fucking right. I did.
$2,000.
Oh my fucking God. Yeah, dude. Holy
Nah,
shit.
dude. I got to give a big shout out to Harry from New Type HQ, always looking out for me.
Nice.
He's like, this place has them in stock. Order now. I ran there and got it at retail.
Nice.
Holy shit, dude. So what was it, 900? I remember. God damn, dude.
I spend more on like motorcycle helmets.
Oh, wow.
So
I'm sure, dude.
I learned a valuable lesson riding motorcycles that is translated to everything. If you can get yourself the best thing, get the best thing that works for you, because cheaping out always bites you in the ass.
It does.
Yeah,
it's the same thing for Gunpla, right? You buy a cheap airbrush.
You buy the Chinese Nike off, you'll be fucked.
Yeah.
You get a cheap airbrush, you'll definitely be shit on.
Yeah. We were talking about this on Discord. Well, I wasn't, but I was reading some of our users on Discord talking to one of our users was asking about airbrush kits. And they're like, hey, do not cheap out on the airbrush kit. If you're going to buy an airbrush, buy a good one now. You're going to end up spending more money buying some cheap one right now and then having to buy a better one later on, right?
A good airbrush, and if you take care of it, it'll last you the rest of your life. Like, I have no complaints with my Iwata. And I'll even say Mr. Pitcon or whatever, Mr. Hobby's airbrushes, they're not bad either. They're made in the same factory as Iwata. And I use them quite often. Very often. I even got the 0.18 millimeter Mr. Hobby airbrush. I can't remember the name of it. And it's basically the cheaper version of the Iwata Custom Micro. And the best way to make people understand is this airbrush is pretty much the Acura to the Honda. You know, most of the same components, made in the same factory, and works just about as well at half the price or less.
Just a different shell.
It's very, very detailed. The only problem is since the needle's very thin, your paints have to be super thin too. But the level of precision you get with it is fantastic. Honest to God. Taking apart's a pain in the ass though.
So let's go on to your Alex. This is the Alex 2.0, right? On 730.
Oh, yeah. I would not fuck around with the 1.0.
No. I have a friend who's painting the 2.0 right now. It's turned out pretty nice. What did you think of the whole armor thing? Do you like this kit?
I do like the kit. I don't fiddle with it much. The Chobam armor is cool. I should probably put it back on the kit. The Chobam armor, I think, came out better than the kit itself. I really nailed the tones here, in my opinion. I was like, yeah, this works. This is it. This is it when you're in the zone and you feel it. I felt like Michael Jackson at one of his last press conferences talking about his last tour. This is it. This is it. And everybody is like, yes, Michael, this is it.
Oh my!
I know, tragically, Michael died, so people probably upset, like, why'd you make me remember?
I remember watching that documentary on HBO going, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I didn't watch that one.
Oh, you need to watch that one.
Nah, I lived with a lot of people and dated women that like Michael, and they did not like my Michael Jackson jokes.
Oh, man.
My mother loves, if I go to my mother's house and I talk about Michael, she gets pissed.
If you want more jokes, watch that documentary.
I'm going to leave Michael alone, motherfucking dead.
That is true.
Pop. So what color did you use for the armor, like the frame itself? Like on, what is it? I think it's number 75 and 70. Well, 76, I think you can appreciate it a little bit better.
Probably. All right. Here's the tricky thing. The very centerpiece where the hatch goes up and down, that's actually a powder. It's a powder from Taiwan. I think it's called MCM powder. It's probably the best chrome powder you can get to put on a glossy black, in my opinion. And nothing's come close to it so far for me. The only problem is clear coating these damn things. The armor was originally probably Alcalad polished aluminum. I really like that color a lot.
Yeah.
But then when you put the, sealing clear coat over it, whether you use Alcalad or Vallejo's metal gloss coat, it just goes to shit. It really killed the feel for it. So it looks like a dull color. I'm going to try doing some urethanes and 4K gloss coats over metallics. Yeah. Probably when I have free time to test things.
You're going to make a video on it?
I don't do videos on anything until I got it down packed. I really don't like doing videos on stuff that I don't know for certain works.
I like that. I like that about you because you don't just, it's kind of like I'm not going to share it until I know that I'm sharing something that's worth value,
Yeah, I'm not going to try and teach you something I myself don't fucking know and have you fucking up and then looking for me.
Yeah.
Because, because I understand, Gunpla is expensive.
It is.
And the last thing I want to do is give someone bad information that leads them to screw up their kit.
Mm-hmm.
And cleaning up a kit, if you don't know how, can be a real pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, fuck ups are like devastating.
Yeah. They're like, dude, when I mess up, I start flipping off the airbrush. I'm flipping off the model kit as if it's going to offend them, like, you motherfucker.
Do you stare at it? I just stare at it like...
yeah, like you fucking kidding me right now.
Yeah. Here's my thing. After I finish flipping it off, I get back to work. Bob Ross used to say happy mistakes. There's no point dwelling on it.
Yep.
You just keep moving. You'll forget. And later on, if like you do a kit and it doesn't come out the way you want or feel, I have another trick, and that is, just leaving it alone. Let it sit for a day. Come back after you sleep. Do you probably have a new opinion of the kit? You'll like, it's not as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah.
That's usually what works for me. Sometimes I'll do a kit. I'm like, this is trash. Go to sleep, come back. You know what? Not bad. Okay. We can work with this. All hope isn't lost.
Well, it's a good thing you say that because, for a lot of people, like I know I'm fortunate enough, like for when I did my first paint job, and like I keep saying, my only paint job, and I messed up a little bit. My wife would say, don't worry about it. We'll buy another one if you really mess up, right? Like, don't worry about it. But for a lot of other people in the world, it's kind of like you buy a kit and that's all you're getting like right now, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have that disposable income to be like, fuck, I fucked up. I'll just go down the store and get one. It doesn't work like that, right? So I feel a lot of people forget that, for example, in
a lot of like the big YouTubers.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, okay, so quick story. In Mexico, I have a friend it's his birthday today. So happy birthday, Christian.
Happy birthday.
He bought his MG Barbatos, and over there in Mexico, it's like twice the price as over here.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
so,
Mexico.
Yeah. And so he bought over there, and he bought he lives a good life. So his parents were like, you know what, we'll buy you X amount of Gundams, but that's him now, right? He probably won't get some other ones until way later on down the line. But that's what people need to remember. It is an expensive hobby. It is.
I see people in comment sections all the time saying stuff like, I wish I could afford this and that kit. So I always stay cognizant of how lucky I am that people even send me these. Mm-hmm. And I always try to work on every one of these kits to the best of my ability. And that's probably why I've given away most of the kits that I decided to give away without any sort of bullshit. And even when you give them away, sometimes people get mad at you.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you didn't announce that you were giving it away.
Yeah, like, fuck you, dude. Yeah, like
you can't win.
You can't. No, you can't.
What a piece of shit. He gave it away and didn't tell me.
You didn't give it away the right way.
You didn't give it away the right way. You didn't give it away to me. That's what they're trying to say.
I didn't okay, guys, now you got to follow everybody I follow. You got to hang out with Jake Paul this weekend. I want to see some backflips and kicks. Rate, comment, subscribe.
No, a lot of people forget that. It's it's very fortunate that we live where we live, or that we can afford them. Like honestly, my master grade Sasabi was thanks to Chris over here. Chris and my wife, they both Chris helped me out and basically helped my wife get it for me because she wanted to get it for me because it was my dream kit. And that's the only reason I was able to get it, right? Because it's an expensive kit, dude. It's a fucking expensive kit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man.
So very, very fortunate, and just got to keep that in mind with everybody. But anyway, going on, you have your Dynamis, which is a beautiful paint job. This green, okay, so I've stated it many times. I hate the green on the original Dynamis, but your green works with the Dynamis.
I wish I could tell you what color it was. I custom mixed it. Didn't think to remember.
That's why it's good.
Like most of my colors, despite the fact that I stay within the realm of the original color scheme, I mix all my own colors.
Mm.
And then I never think of writing it down because who cares, right? I'm just like, you know what I think will look cool, and I just start mixing shit. Oftentimes when I paint, it's gonna sound weird or trippy, but it's kind of like I connect with a higher sense of self or some bullshit or the great Tao, as they would say in Taoism. Like I just sort of let the kit guide me, sort of like playing music. When I play, it's almost like the guitar is doing it for me or something.
Yeah, you let the kid talk to you.
Yeah, it's like I don't think. It's just like I'm doing like this would look cool. And that's as far as I think about it. It's like this is it. I don't really plan ahead. I'm not the guy who gets out spoons and it's like, okay, let's do all these shades. I'm like, fuck it. Let's see what happens.
You and Chris are so alike, dude, because Chris is a freestyle guy.
I mix it in the airbrush, the paint. I just mix it in the airbrush.
I started doing that to save time recently.
Yes, sir.
Pre-mix them in a little bottle, and you can just squeeze them in, spin it around, fuck it.
I don't even do the bottle. I don't want to waste money on the bottles.
The bottles are worth it, dude.
I need to. But
I'm telling you.
I haven't had an issue mixing paint yet, so
I don't have an issue mixing paint. It's just like I'm trying to maximize my time.
Yes, sir.
Because right now it's like every time I got to do something on the main channel, then it's like probably have to do a podcast. Oops, got to do a Twitch stream. Forgot about the gaming channel. Somebody wants me on their podcast. Fuck. I've got 6 hours to paint this kit. Can I finish it? The answer is no.
Yeah. 6 hours. It takes me an hour just to describe one piece.
There have been points before, like I got super hyper busy on the main channel recently, where I would do 12 to 20-hour paint sessions to try and meet deadlines.
Yeah.
I'm like, this kit's popular. People want to see it. No sleep for me. And, okay, I'm done. Now to go edit a video. I really need to get some people working for me or some shit.
Yeah. I mean, editing is crazy. I know Justin edits for like 12 hours straight.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, man. Every 2 weeks, that lucky bastard.
Yeah, every 2 weeks he does a video.
Yeah, I am probably editing 8 to 12 hours at least every other day.
Ooh.
Well, for example, his video yesterday on the Char, on the Zaku 2, I'm pretty sure he did what he does every time, which is he edits it before he uploads it. So he doesn't have it ready like days before. He literally finishes it and then uploads. And he just wakes up and he probably doesn't even sleep. There are days where he just doesn't sleep. He's up all night. It's crazy, man. Editing is crazy. Mad respect for people who know how to edit as well as you guys do, honestly.
Yeah, I'm an okay editor at best. And now I have to learn like camera and photography, lighting, ISO. It's like there's so much work that goes into Gunpla at this stage, in the sense of like doing it for YouTube. Like if you're not doing it for YouTube, God bless you. You can enjoy painting. I envy you.
I love it.
Well, yeah, because we were talking about this before we got on stream, right? It kind of takes away when you're recording and painting at the same time and working on your kit, because you have to actively be thinking of changing angles or doing this, and is it in the frame? What is going on?
Half the time you got to worry if it's focused or not.
Yes, focus is a big thing. My issue is I work with a Luminix G, Panasonic. Great camera, horrible focus. The absolute worst focus of all the cameras that you could buy.
Yeah, shit's a headache. Especially if it's like a one-time shot too, and you can't record it.
Yeah. Or you've got all this stuff, and you're like, oh, I've got film. Then you put in the fucking computer, and everything's blurry as shit. And it's like, well, that was a waste.
Or it gets corrupted. That's the worst.
Luckily, I haven't gotten corrupted yet.
Yeah, it happened to me the other day. It's the worst.
God damn. So, quick question, Itsagundam, while we still have you on here. On slide 20, I know that you have your own tutorial for painting the pilots. Did you go about the same way painting over here on the unicorn on slide number 20? Did you use the same technique? Because your little pilots, I have them all in a little box because I'm just waiting to get it to garner the courage to do it the way that you do it, because they come out awesome.
How did I do this? I think I probably did do it the same way with Banaji links or Banaja or how. I'm pretty sure it's Banaji. Fuck that. It's Banaji, isn't it? Because the little heart's like Banaji.
It is now.
God, it's hard to remember back then because I changed my painting style since the unicorn.
Oh,
my
okay.
my painting style is always changing.
It's evolving.
I would say I probably did the same thing, except the difference was I probably painted the face in last with a brush. Doing the eyes is the hardest part. That's why I didn't even bother with this one. Sadly,
Yeah, he's eyeless. I was zooming on his face.
I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice he said something.
yeah,
Oh,
like
he's got a little hair.
the problem is like that's an older Bandai kit, so there's less facial features. Like at least with the Barbados, like Mika, you could see his eyes.
Yep.
So I could actually fill that in. With
Well,
this, it's just
they have huge fucking eyes on the show, right?
Yeah,
They have to show
huge
the
eyes. So,
Yeah. Makes sense. Because you have
now-
Sorry. Keep talking.
I was gonna say I now adopted a new painting style for like these kits, not the kits, the pilot figures. It's more like Warhammer style. Still studying it though.
The Warhammer painters are insane. They're
Yeah,
amazing.
they're just sick.
They really are. We have one of our guests and one of our regulars on the show is a good old Defense Technology, who, by the way, congrats on his baby, right? We have a new person for the hobby, so very nice. He's a great Warhammer guy. He started with Warhammer and then he came on to Gunpla a little bit ago, and his Warhammer stuff is crazy. He's really good.
Yeah, he's transitioning into the Gunpla. It's crazy. He's really good.
Yeah, they like develop a whole different skill set with way more understanding of color gradients and transitions than the average Gunpla painter would have.
They do all the shadowing and the highlighting, and it's really
Exactly.
Now, for one of the last pieces here, I didn't put all of the pictures that you sent in. Unfortunately, I wanted to, but I just thought that the show might go on way too long. But apparently, people here are saying that they would love to hear you talk for 2 hours.
I'll see if I can accommodate them.
No, your Sasabi, what is it? The Dimension one?
It's the Infinite Dimension recast by UC.
Yeah. This is crazy, man. So, can you tell us a little bit of how this whole went down with you? I know you have a video for it, right?
Oh, I could tell you, man. It was a pain in the ass.
Oh man.
Originally, I bought this resin kit, which is recast by UC, because Infinite Dimensions just went down. It was right when they closed. There was no more Sasabis. And it was right before Anchor T really came to prominence, which is basically just Infinite Dimensions 2.0, in my opinion. So I couldn't find one. It was the only option I had was this from Samuel Decal. So I was like, fuck it. And I bought it. And I sat on it for a year. Then New Type HQ hooked me up with one, thank God. And I was sitting there thinking, like, I do want to do more resin stuff because I think the resin kits are beautiful. And on top of that, I also believe that the resin industry has really started lighting a fire under Bandai's ass.
Yes.
Because, look at the next PG Gundam that's coming out. It looks like it's going to be hyper detailed. Look at what they did with the Strike. They actually put some goddamn panel lines to this motherfucker. It's like Bandai's waking up.
Apparently, the statue they're building has panel lining in it.
Yeah, they fucked that up, honestly. It looks like shit.
At least they tried.
I was like, all you had to do was make a giant 3.0 again that moved, and we would have all been happy. I would have been happy as a pig and shit. I would have flown out there and screamed, Subaraki! And then they go, get this guy Jin out of here.
They should have gotten Robbie Plot to do the panel lines on that fucking thing.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, holy shit. But
now, back to the Sasabi. So I decided, instead of using my good resin kits that I have as guinea pigs, I would use this cheap knockoff recast. And it was a big learning experience because a lot of it is warped. A lot of the panel lines on this kit were gone. So I had to rescribe most of the kit again. There were some areas that were completely filled in with resin. So I'd have to drill them out completely. Then I'd have to get a dentist drill and do the fine cleanup work because a normal drill would destroy it. It was a whole lot of work. And Jesus, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Dave's World hit me up and he's like, dude, don't even bother with a bad resin kit. It'll make you hate working on them. And I was like, don't worry about it. If there's one thing I learned in my life, it's, power forward. You don't like doing something, keep going. There's something to be gained from it. And honestly, I don't regret doing this. It was a pain in the ass. It sucked up a lot of time. It was hard to work with. There were missing parts. But overall, I learned a lot. And I'm sure an official kit will be so much easier to work with.
Oh, yeah.
And still, with the effort I put in, even though it wasn't my best paint job at all, it still came out nice. And I can take pride in that. It still looks badass, despite the numerous issues, like the fucking visor, for one, not closing fully.
Oh, no.
Like, I'm surprised nobody picked up on that. But every time I look at it, it drives me fucking crazy.
The visor. We have more pictures on starting slide number 91, Chris, so people can see. That what I love about all of our guests, including you right now, is how you guys critique your work. You always say, man, this isn't my best paint job.
Oh, no, this one's the absolute dog shit.
Oh, no.
But it looks better than, like, my 9 shaded one. So I learned I didn't have to go past 4.
This is beautiful work, man. I can't believe you say
the kit, honestly.
I mean, yeah, but even the painting itself, right? It didn't come in this color. It didn't come in this shade. And then you colored, for example, the tanks right on the back. The fuel tanks. Like, look at that tanks. Paint,
God, those fuel tanks. They look cool to look at, but they're warped to fuck, dude.
Oh, really?
They are way warped.
Oh, man.
It took everything to make it look less warped, and it still looks warped. Oh, it was such a pain, but it's a lovely tank. It was fun to do different shades of gray in there. Like, that's a lot of masking, honest to God.
Looks like it, yeah.
But it's worth it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful kit, man. This is, the Sasami is one of my favorites, and this one just blew it out of the water. It's like, holy shit, the detail on these resin kits, like you said, and I'll repeat it, it's lighting a fire under Bandai's ass. They need to get their shit, to this level, right? There's a reason resin kits exist. There's a reason conversion kits exist. Because some people don't want to have to go through the trouble of customizing their whole kit, which isn't wrong, right? Sometimes you just want something that's already super detailed that you can just paint and make.
Yeah, like if you don't have time, like scribing is time consuming. You add that to the mix with the paint job in and of itself, man. That's a lot of time. Oh, plot plate, yeah.
Yep, if you do that stuff.
Get all those tools. I know, dude, because what little custom work I did on my Gunpla kits, I'm sitting there measuring out shit. I got my special axe system. Then you got to get out your special tiny miniature saw so you can cut the pipes correctly. Because if you do it with scissors, you just pinch the pipes.
Yep.
Before you know it, you've pissed away a week and you got nothing done.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, scribing takes a long time. Even just when you put it all together, even the decals, water decals take a long time too, man.
Especially on like a Verca where they just lose their minds, like the Foz. I put more decals on the Foz than I put on all the kits I've built.
I mean, you have your Foz back there, right, Chris?
Yeah, I just got it the other day.
Oh, it was your birthday last week, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
happy birthday, dude.
Oh, yeah. I'm 39. I'm old.
Hey, looking good.
I appreciate it. Made my day.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm sitting here like these guys are young.
Well, Justin's
like
that
half aged blood. That's what's keeping them going.
It's that kimchi, bro. It's the kimchi. It's the spicy cabbage.
Shit, I ain't Asian. I'm not Asian.
I don't fuck with kimchi.
It's acquired taste. It's acquired taste.
Oh yeah.
You have to get past the smell. If you can get past the smell, you're good.
I can't get past it burning my asshole when I shit.
Man, that's Taco Bell.
Now, Taco Bell is an authentic Mexican. I'm Mexican, so I would know.
Oh, yeah.
So, you don't want Taco Bell. It's shit, bro.
Nah. I eat Taco Bell when I got nothing else.
Just literally the last thing in the tank. But anyway, so how much was this resin kit, if I could ask?
Oh, yes. $99 at the time.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
But then you add the sasabi, the extra metal parts. Then you make a video on it. The video generates $18. It's a loss.
Oh, man.
I really wish you got more views, dude. And I know you're doing well on your main channel, but your Gunpla channel is very underrated.
Story of my life.
It really
The
is.
Gunpla channel is going to be anything like my YouTube, my main channel. It's going to take someone coming after me for people to realize I'm here. I should have told Pokey to attack my Gundam channel.
Probably just any press is good press, right?
Good press.
Be hated or loved. Never be ignored.
Yep. Speaking of your FOSS, we have some pictures of that on starting from 84 to 90. So we have some without the armor, just a regular FOSS. Because I have the double Zeta Gundam, the Verka. I love that kit.
It is a great kit.
It is. But have you built the double Zeta, the original?
I'm going to do the Fortune Meow resin conversion of double Zeta.
Oh, okay. Wait, was that 1/100th?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, because I have a friend, Paul, who was on the show also. He built the 1/60th double Zeta.
Oh, yeah, not doing that one. That's
Yeah,
like G-Force, G something.
Yeah. He did that one. He added like magnets so he could take it apart and everything.
Yeah, those are the hardcore stuff. I haven't reached that level yet. And they're expensive as hell. They're like $500 or more.
My God, yeah. They really are. But this kit came out beautiful, man. It came out really nice. The stock colors, that you're shading again. I think this is after the unicorn, so you kind of perfected the gray kind of tones on him, right?
Yes, this is definitely after unicorn. I went back to the same sort of paint style I used for my St. Andrew Stein. Where we go from, instead of blacks, we're going to go from some blues. You see, you want colors that complement each other rather than fight each other, in my opinion.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a nice. Well, I mean, like you said, you stick to canon colors, right? That's what
Mostly.
you like to do.
It's definitely canon colorish, but it's still off.
Well, you make it your own, which is like the important part of this whole thing, right?
I always try to imbue the kits with some semblance of my essence, if you will. If we're gonna go all Zen,
A little bit of busyness in that.
Hey, that's the way that I see it, and I know we've made fun of it on the show, but like whenever I build a kit, and as weird as it sounds, I take it to my bedside and put it on my bedside table, and it's there, right? Because I love all my kits. I love them all. Like, they're not toys. To me, they're actually, like, I don't hate any of them. They're all over here. I don't hate any of them. I love them, and I try to put a little bit of me in them, if that makes sense. That kind of sounds weird now that I think about it.
I think I have the same approach to Gunpla that dude from Rust Valley Restorations. Have you ever seen that on Netflix? Yeah, Mike Hall. I understand where he's coming from with like his collection of cars. He wants to restore them all. I kind of want to paint all the Gundam kits I have, and since most people sent them to me, they're special because it's a gift from someone who liked me enough to send me something. And I grew up dirt poor. I'm sure we all did.
Yeah, dude.
I remember, like, you only got gifts 2 times in your life: Christmas, your birthday. That's fucking it, if you're lucky.
And one pair of
for
shoes
me,
for the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah, dude, fucking no doubt.
You wear that
And your mom.
You gotta wear that
My
whole
mom
year,
would
the
be
whole year.
Well, actually, speaking of that, my mom's in the chat. So, hola, ma, ¿cómo estás? Te amo. Okay, there it is, real quick. My mom, though, whenever we bought shoes, I remember her like in our hard times when we hit hard times, she'd be like, "Buy your shoes a little bit bigger than they would fit you." So
you grow into them. Yeah,
exactly.
My mother did that shit to me. I still haven't grown into my high school clothes.
Oh man,
motherfucker's still gigantic.
I'm sorry. I interrupted your train of thought. So you were saying you grew up poor with the whole.
We all did.
Yeah, we all did. And with Mike Hall and everything, that's the way you kind of view the way that you go about painting your kits, right? You kind of.
I want to make each one of them look good. That's my overall goal. I want people to actually look at it and go, "This is cool." I want someone to see that if they sent me a kit, that I fucking built it, and I not only built it, I made it look like something they'd love to, have in a glass case. And when I give some away, sometimes people are like fucking blown away. They're like hyper ecstatic. The guy who helped edit my photos, he took the custom Jess I did, the camel one. He took it to the beach and he did these photo shoots with it on the rocks.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
And he really loved the thing. And you get something from that too. You know, it's like,
yeah, dude.
I thought it was no big deal, but then it's like now it feels like it's more because it actually touched him on that level.
I'm not taking my kids to the beach. I'll tell you that right now. No, sir.
That's a very nice way of putting it. For example, so I have this project coming up where I'm making a squad of 6 gyms. I don't want to say what the theme is because I don't want anybody stealing my thunder. But when I finish it, I'm going to send one out to each of my friends.
I know the feel.
And I'm gonna have to send one to you. It's a Gundam. I'm gonna have to send one to you.
Feel free. I'll put it right in the glass display case.
Ooh, all right. You got yourself a deal, man. You got yourself a deal.
I might even put it in my new diorama I'm working on.
Ooh.
All right, cool.
This one is gonna blow people's cocks off. Hopefully.
I'm ready, dude.
It's gonna be very 0080 colony fight between gyms and the Zaku's with moving vehicles. Fuck it, I don't care. If someone steals it, then you know they stole the idea from me.
Oh, nice.
So there's gonna be a battle scene with moving cars running around the streets.
Nice. That sounds sick, man.
It's gonna take a while.
Hey, everything takes a while.
Put some
This is probably gonna be.
Put some model trains in there.
A lot of people don't understand.
I'm not doing it that big.
Don't rush it. Don't rush it, dude. Don't rush any work at all. Just take your time with it, man. Give it some love. Give it some love.
I hear you, but like it's competitive on YouTube. That's the thing.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
like
you're in that ecosystem, right? So it's kind of. I mean, I see it with anybody on YouTube. You're trying to get the head start before anybody else does it, because then you're left behind. But I think you'll be all right. I don't think you'll be all right because
unless you're a popular Gunpla YouTuber. Like all the real big Gunpla YouTubers. This is one guy who did like a custom GM, got 1 million views. He did his custom Barbatos long after everyone else, got major views. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck am I doing wrong?
That's crazy how you got 1 point. I think it's like 1.4 views.
Yeah, I know.
That's insane.
Sometimes I feel like in the Gunpla community that people are more inclined to watch Asian Gunpla YouTubers because they feel like they're better, Yeah.
Well, there's that stigma, right? Even for anything. So I come from, I play a lot of video games and I've been playing League of Legends since I was 18. So whenever you want to learn how to play actual like League of Legends, people will watch Korean players, right? So you'd see me at the age of 18, 19, watching Faker stream at 3:00 in the morning from Korea, who was arguably the best player in League. And to be honest, I would watch him because of that same thing. And he's the best, right? He's the Michael Jordan of the whole League of Legends scene. It's the same thing for Gunpla, right? Even Robbie Pla, right? I mean, there's no denying that he's amazing at panel scribing. If you want to learn how to panel scribe, you go to his channel and you look at that tutorial. But for me, for painting, the only person that I watched to learn how to paint was you, dude. So if that means anything,
if only more of the community looked at me as favorably.
Well, it's kind of when I got into this, and I don't want to say anything. I don't really want to get into it, especially like on my point of view. Like there's drama behind Gunpla, right? There's drama.
Yeah, I know, dude.
And I don't want any part of that shit, dude. I'm here for just seeing people's work. Honestly, like Chris and Justin and I have said, GTS is a what's it called? A selfish project. Look at me. I'm some random guy talking to Itsagundam about Gundam. It's the best thing in the world, right?
I've talked to a lot of random guys on like small shows, Like it's kind of my thing. I go on smaller shows and not trying to be an asshole or anything.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're a small show.
I try to like do that for smaller spots because they don't get that many people they want, And then sometimes people don't get any bigger from it. And then they think that have me back will fix it. And I'm like, I don't know if that'll help, dude.
Well, we've been fortunate enough to have big names here, right? Everybody who's been on here are
like, Snowy something.
Frosted Snow is awesome. Yeah, Frosted Snow.
Yeah, her husband's a fucking animal. That guy's a beast.
Yeah, he's good.
He is. I mean, we even got Nicholas Tejada, who's a GBWC. We got Ryan Lau. We have Gundam Guardian. I mean, everybody here takes the cake for being amazing. Gundarmer Pat. You follow him on Instagram. We got him on here, Patrick. and he's a good friend of ours now too.
No, he's a beast.
So he's a beast. His what's it called? His kit bashing is top level, dude. It's next to none. He's awesome. But anyway, just real quick, I know you probably want to go to sleep. You said you have a terrible sleep schedule.
I have the absolute shittiest sleep schedule.
Sometimes you'll be.
That means no sleep.
Yeah, I do rarely sleep.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else you want to share on this.
I'll answer all questions. Go right ahead. Fuck it, I'm here.
Okay, cool. So on 104, we have some of your perfect strike. Now, the reason I want to bring up this picture specifically is because you hand painted these details, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it looks
hand painted?
Hand painted all the little wires and whatnot.
So what's your thought process on this? Because it's going to be covered up.
The thought process was, this will look cool.
Nice. There it is.
And I got to test out some ideas I had, like for blacking in the areas and the feet, like those grooves there, because it would look cool.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It's going to be something that'll be useful later, in my opinion. Call me crazy. I didn't go as far as I could have or wanted to, because I was like, listen, I'll be here all fucking day. It's been like 3 days on these legs.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Well, I saw when you posted the updates.
Yeah, because like I only get so much time to paint. But on the plus side, there are a lot of the original strike parts. So people have been requesting battle damage. Later on, after I finish this, maybe I'll pick a day. I'll like screw up the extra armor parts, then put them on, take some photos or something.
Yeah, and that probably look pretty cool. And these pictures of the top body, the abdomen completely without armor. You're going nuts on this thing, man.
Yeah,
That's the first good inner frame on a perfect grade I've dealt with.
Yeah, that helmet.
Oh, really?
I didn't take it as far as I wanted to.
How far did you want to take it?
I should have added some more black on the lower torso area and the very bottom, right where the hips meet. I did paint in the extra wires at the top later on. I did some extra detail work, but I didn't take photos of it. It's like, fuck that. I'm not going to bother, because I'm trying to paint this while having a camera in the way. So I can't use my magnifying glass to make sure my lines are clean.
So you're already using magnifying glasses and shit. Damn. I've been meaning to get one of those with the magnifying glass and little holder arms, like the little crocodile.
Yeah, give that a shot, because the one I got that was for jewelers, it was this real strain on the eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, everybody needs magnifying glass. There are some even cooler ones, like the glasses you put on. I remember going to the Calgary Gunpla community meetup, one of the first ones that I ever went to. There's this guy sitting in the corner with these glasses, and they have lights and everything. I'm like, what the fuck? I want some of those things. They're like $25 or some shit. I haven't bought one yet, but soon, right? Because your eyes get strained on those little details, man.
Well, my eyes get strained with the magnifying glass on, because those things suck. The best one I've used so far is a table magnifying glass with an LED in it. Oh, wow. And then you just pull it down. That's the best one. It doesn't hurt your eyes. Real easy to work with, but then you run into the problem of your brush hitting the lamp. So I'd recommend that.
I'll keep that in mind, man. I'll keep that in mind. So out of the top of your head, I know, so one of the things that some people have been asking is, what are your thoughts on the Sananju in general?
Great kit. Great looking. I haven't worked on it yet, to be honest.
Because I haven't worked on it. I know Chris has worked on a Sananju, right? The narrative?
Yes, the narrative.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Oh,
dude.
wait, yeah, I did that one. I thought we were talking like the normal Sananju piloted by Full Frontal.
Oh, the red one.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, but I kind of went to the Sananju Verka. I'm going to add that photo real quick because I know it's in here. Give me a second.
Well, I have two Sananjus, and I had a project planned. I was going to do the Sananju, paint it up normally, and then do a conversion kit Sananju. There's a plastic conversion kit by Studio something or other. I can't remember. I have one of them on the way to me, and I was going to build it up and paint it and, do a comparison of the two, and also let people know that there is a plastic conversion kit that you can just get into. You don't have to do any resin or anything. And I think it'll be a great stepping stone for people who are afraid to leap into resin.
Well, resin is scary in general. Like, what was your first tackle with resin? Was it? It wasn't the Sasami, right? You were already.
I was working with resin for years, but with like automotive paints. Like if I'm doing resin with automotive paints, I'm fine. Doing them with like lacquers and airbrushing was new to me. I was working with like Darth Vader stuff way back in the day.
Oh, so Gundam isn't like your first tackle with kits then, as in?
No, that was a
general.
life-size armor cast from the movie stuff.
Oh wow!
Holy shit!
Some cosplay stuff for like completely authentic.
I was into it back before cosplay was a word. I think you actually, in the background, there's a video of my suit behind Chris, actually. But that was earlier when we were first doing this. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know he was watching my video.
That guy had it playing.
So I did show up. Yeah, I had it in the background. So I let people know that I did a lot of stuff in my life, I guess.
Yeah, we love Star Wars here, too.
Well, I mean, they love Star Wars. I don't really like Star Wars.
Well, the new Star Wars sucks.
Oh, it's Star was.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I with Star Wars in general, what I like, I've told all my closest friends, what I like is the universe created around it. I don't really care for the story of it, you know? Like the designs of the ships, the designs, just the lore behind everything that's not the main space opera thing. It bores me, if that
It's kind of weird because Star Wars inspired Gundam and Star Trek.
Well...
Hey, you didn't know that?
No. I knew about the Gundam part, but Star Trek, like for example, Star Trek is not something I enjoy either. If that, you know, I'm more of a, when it comes to sci-fi, I would say maybe Stargate Atlantis kind of was.
Now you're a Stargate guy.
Well, not even okay. Wait, but not. I'm saying like it kind of did because all my sci-fi came from my dad, right? As much as
we
I don't talk to him,
understand you're a Stargate guy. We get it. No, the second you said that, it's like, okay, I understand now.
God damn.
It's kind of like in music. You know, there were guys who wanted to learn Stairway to Heaven or Nirvana's Teen Spirit or something, you know? It's just one of those weird things.
Which one were you? Were you the Stairway guy? Or
oh, yeah, definite Stairway.
Okay, yeah, Led Zeppelin all the way then.
I was like putting a bow on my guitar, pretending I was Jimmy fucking Page.
Oh, man.
Who's your biggest influence in music? I know we're not in Gundam anymore in that case, but what's your biggest influence in music?
It's between Freddie Mercury and Prince and David Bowie.
I love Prince.
Shit. Axl Rose has inspired many of my meltdowns.
Back in the good old Guns N' Roses days, man. Back when
I've lived a lot of my stage philosophies to Axl Rose. Like I said, you're like, we'll shut up an hour early. I'm like, I'm not.
No, well, Axl Rose did whatever the fuck he wanted, right?
Yeah, that's what made him badass.
Yeah, man.
Now he's like, he looks like his own father. So what the fuck happened to Axl Rose?
Some old ass woman.
Yeah, it's like, damn it, Axl. Oh, well.
To me, Freddie Mercury and Axl Rose were the voices for rock and roll. Like, if you wanted like the voices for rock and roll, both
quintessential frontmen, definitely.
For real. And like a guitarist wise, who was your biggest inspiration? Was it Jimmy Page?
Shit, there's a lot of great guitarists. Like when I started out, it was definitely Jimmy Page and Slash.
Ooh.
Then Brian May, because Brian May, he definitely knows. Brian May can play with feeling. When Guns N' Roses got back together, without the rest of Guns N' Roses, it's just Axl and Bumble fucking Foot. Brian May played guitar in a couple of those tracks. And there's one called, it was originally Street of Dreams, but I think they call it The Blues now. Brian May did a beautiful solo on it. It's very heartfelt.
Great.
Yeah, the demo version was good. Then the studio version, they got rid of, Brian May's solo and put Bumblefoot just like wailing away. And
well, it's still a great song. The piano, right? Ding, ding.
Yeah, the piano's all right, but
right, Chinese Democracy.
Yeah, but the guitar work was just too over the top. It's too much. Where the nuance was lost. I want feeling, and I try to do that with Gunpla too. I don't try to go too fucking crazy with painting. I want people to be able to look at it and appreciate it for what it is.
So with the risk of with the risk of my hero thinking that I'm weird, my guitarist, my hero guitarist, like aside from BB King, right, is definitely John Mayer. And I know you're probably like, the fuck this guy, right?
I don't really care, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna say John Mayer bangs some hot chicks.
The hottest.
John Mayer, when you said right there is simplicity. So one of my favorite things, like the reason I said BB King also was, he plays one note, but he plays the fuck out of that note, right? And it's kind of that simplicity with like Gundam too, right? You don't go way too over the top. That small thing that you do to it is enough to make it awesome.
That's something a lot of painters don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, but there's some guys who just like they weather the kit, and it's just like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kit is so fucking weathered, it's like it shouldn't be able to move. It's so rusted. I don't get it. Or if they do shadowing and shading, it's so heavy that it takes away from the kit itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like you just went nuts. What the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it, because I think all of us, when we're kids, we think that more is better. So even when I was in high school and middle school, when I was really big into Guns N' Roses and Metallica, right? I was thought, man, people who shred on the guitar are the best. But then I got into jazz and blues, and you're like, holy shit, that's completely not true, right? The person who knows what to do with what they're given that are the best, I feel. And I feel like you live that philosophy a lot. And now I've gotten a new insight on you in that case. If that's the way you think, that's awesome. It really is. It's a respectful way of thinking. Are we ever going to see a video of you playing the guitar on your channel?
Probably not.
Yeah, nope.
I quit playing for a long time. I just started getting back into it. Because in my last band, I was relegated to singing because I was the only dude who could hold a fucking note. So I was also a believer in the idea of you can't serve two masters, which is weird. I don't know why I think that, but I do. So I was like, if I'm going to be a good front man, I can no longer spend all of my time focusing on guitar because I'm not going to get to play. So I had to shift my mindset and my focus for years, which was weird. And it also sucks picking up guitar again. And it's like, I used to be able to play these extra Japan solos. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, I get it. Because it's the way that I see it with that is, you got to focus on one thing, like you said. One of my biggest downfalls, and I know it's going to sound like bragging, which it shouldn't, and it really has been a problem with me since I've been a teenager, is I try to do so many things at once. So I don't have any discipline when it comes to that, and I've been trying to discipline myself in Gundam, but I either really want to be good at League of Legends, for example, or be really good at guitar, or be really good at singing, but I want to be really good at Gunpla. And my wife's like, hey, you can't be really good at everything. You kind of focus on something and be good at it, right? So,
well, the best way to go about it is whatever comes to you. I believe it was RuPaul who said everybody's got a frequency. And the second you figure out what that frequency is and you tune into it, everything else will just come to you.
God damn, dude. I like how we went from joking around to these deep-ass philosophical talks.
Yeah, try not to show my true face. I stick to shit posting.
No, I know, man. But see, that's the thing. I feel like I don't want to say it like that. I don't want to say you're misunderstood, but I feel there's a lot more to you than you show. And it really shows, especially in your art and the way that you paint. And I really want to thank you. I know that you have things to do, and there's really no more things that I would love to ask. I'm sure I'll bother you one of these days again, like I did for many months. But I really want to thank you for coming on the show, dude. For real.
No problem.
It's been an honor. It's been an honor to know.
Next, I'll have to do the kill stream.
Yep. Probably.
They hit me up to show up, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be there when I get my sleep schedule right. And I'm sure they'll find out I was here.
Oh, they're going to be mad.
Oh, let's hope not.
Nah, they won't. They won't. No, I really want to thank you, man. You really did. You did me a solid when it came to that. It's really been a dream come true, as crazy as that sounds. So we want to thank you. We want to thank everybody in the audience for coming to watch. You have a friend with us over here. Itsagunpla. Whenever you want to talk about Gundam or whatever, you have Chris, you have me. Justin is, he's busy, but you have a friend over here at the GTS show. And you know, I don't know if there's anything else you would want to say to your fans, because honestly, a lot of the people that follow us are your fans. You know, so
it's weird to say I have fans. You know, it's like I just say subscribers. It seems less pretentious to me.
Mhm.
For me personally, I don't want to be like Rice Gums and go, yes, these are all my fans.
Mhm.
You see these fans here?
Mhm.
I'm big shit.
Yeah.
I have someone else wipe my ass for me.
Yeah.
Well, glad to be here. You know, it's not often anybody wants to talk to me about something outside of shit posting.
I know, man. I honestly, I really don't know what to say. This has been awesome. This has been an awesome time, and I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody for being here. Go check out Itsagundam. I don't have to say his name a lot because you guys know who he is already. He's a big guy when it comes to them.
Well, I think they're supposed to be like Itsagunpla, but I was not creative with the names, honestly.
It works, right? Itsagundam, Itsagunpla. Go check out both channels. Go check out his Instagram. Go check out everything that has to do with this guy. He deserves all of the praise that he's getting on the show. And he's highly underrated. As much as fun as that sounds in our community, he is underrated when it comes to everything else. You're amazing, dude. Keep it up, honestly.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you definitely inspired a lot of people. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, I'll die one day and I'll have that to take with me, I think, when I get to the gates of heaven, just in case it's there. Not 100% sure. I'm not going to rule it out just in case, you know, fucking die and it's like I'm at the gates. Like, if it isn't the non-believer. Hold on here. Hold on. I inspired a lot of people to paint tiny robots instead of kill people. So, you know, it's got to be worth something.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, well, okay, you can wait at the long line. You're behind Judas Iscariot.
Go around the corner. Go around the corner.
All right, man. Well, guys, we're gonna sign out. We'll see you guys here next week. We didn't have the contest this week for reasons of our own over here at the show, but it will be back next week. Thank you again, Gundam, for coming on the show, and we will be seeing you guys later then.
See ya.
All right, guys.
See ya, man.
Night. Peace.
See ya. Gundam, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet,
All right.
Gundam. We just want to